sound. Oh, 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 oh. Two more, but we don't know. All right. Okay. They don't know they're making a grand entrance. Welcome to your international debut. All right. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to share this day with you. Before we begin, does everyone have a role? Yes. I see blocks back there. And a roll, okay. Okay. Cool. Let's begin. Thank you so much. What a gift. A gift of presence. So let's connect to our deep Ujjayi breath. Made fragrant. The summer, the moisture, the grass. Made musical by the birds. Right in. And so, breathing plus feeling has a gathering effect, if you will. So a gathering, a concentrating, a redistribution. So what we get to do in a practice like this is, as we enjoy our attentional distribution as we breathe, we can start to repattern how we perceive. This is an extraordinarily powerful tool. So let's start with the core. A core is a really great organizational means. From the tip of the tailbone, if you were to imaginally draw a line all the way to the top of your skull, that would be the core inside your physical body. So with the next several breaths, can you feel the center of your head and throat the core through your head and your throat as organizing as the center of your breath? Like the origin of your breath and the return of your breath. And then if we go down just a little bit into the heart, can you feel for beginning the breath in the center of your heart? So that part of your core becomes an origin and a return. Let's do this for 2 more places, the gut. So the gut general, solar plexus, down into the abdominal cavity. If you're feeling as centrally as possible, can you feel your breath originating from the center of your belly? Can you feel it receding back, returning to the core? And can you find that area close to your tailbone, right between your hip sockets? The centralmost point that you can discover is the core that you're working with today. And can you feel your breath begin there? Recede to there? Contact there? So this core, as we practice with it more and more, gets organizational strength, if you will. The more we use it, the more it helps organize and distribute our attentional, our feeling awareness. So maybe there's an area along this core that's particularly interesting to you today. And if so, let's select that one area and work with it. So it'll be slightly focused. All right. So when you have that area chosen, and if you need to change the cross of your legs, now's a good time. I'm going to do just a couple stages of pranayama, working with the exhalation first, And I promise we don't have to do the whole class with exhalation focus, but we'll start there. So connecting or remembering your area. And feel how your breath interacts with that part of your core. Exhaling, keep feeling that area of your core, whether it's the abdominal part of your core, the head part of your core. And as you near the end of the exhalation, just very lightly draw the belly muscles back. And then let them go. As you let them go, the next inhalation will be initiated. So consider you relaxing your abdomen is the ignition that just turns over the next deep wave of breath. Now let's hold this point of focus for just a few more breaths. Just very lightly, very smoothly, just drawing the belly in for a moment, letting it go. You start to feel how breath moves in, around, and from this part of your core. So pausing right here, let's go left over right. I'm selecting shoelace, but if you need to select knee pile or cross-legged, please do. Just some form of left over right. Good. And just flex the foot. And you know what I do sometimes, Tweebs, is I'll prop the block here and let the little toes hang. That might give you a little more flex. So no, put the block under your left ankle. But just let the edge of your foot, the toes, there you go. It'll just give them room, and you can often flex. Does it? I just want you to get the flex that helps the knee. All right. So like if my knee was a block, my toes, even though they hang down a little bit, they can hang off the block. And that allows me to work with the hip and the knee. Cool. So, I'm going to take a little dose of Uddiyana. This is so gentle, so gentle. I'll talk us through. So let's begin by exhaling everything out. You can even give those low belly muscles a little squeeze, a little wring out. And now relaxing the belly. Inhale effortlessly, fully. Pause. We're just holding the breath a beat or two. Now we'll stay upright. Exhale. Get all the way empty. When you actually hear the sound of your ujjayi diminishing and start recruiting more and more of those low belly muscles, and we'll remain empty, drawing the belly in, drawing the belly back toward the spine. Relaxing the hip creases. Relax the belly, inhale. We'll do one more just like so. Pause, holding the breath just a beat or two. Begin your exhale, listening to the sound of your ujjayi, because there's a moment when that sound diminishes. Let that be your cue to draw more of those belly muscles in, draw more of those belly muscles in, lingering on empty, 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 drawing them in, drawing them back and up. And let the belly go. Use this moment to just kind of reset your breath. Switch the cross of legs. We're just stretching the hold at the end of our inhalation. So let's start by exhaling everything out. Empty, 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 empty. Let the belly release. Inhale. And you're letting yourself get as full with breath as you want, as you desire. Then pause, and we'll hold our breath a few more beats. As we hold the breath, can you soften in that part of your core? Begin your exhalation. Listen to that sound. When the sound of ujjayi diminishes, recruit some more belly muscles. Draw them in. Draw them in just for a beat or two. Let the belly go. Inhale till you feel full, delightfully full with breath. Pause. This time, as we hold our in-breath, soften internally. To help soften internally, you might feel that breath becoming absorbed by your core, effortlessly penetrating. Begin exhale. As you feel emptier and emptier, just a moment or two, just a beat or two, pulling the belly in, pulling it back, pulling it up. Let it go before there's any gasp whatsoever. And resume your ujjayi breath. Let's change the cross of our legs again. Soles of feet together, Baddha Konasana. Left hand on left thigh, unlocking the hip. So unlocking, this means, can I perceive space? So maybe we have to change our perception to feel space. Maybe we don't have to change our tissues or our body. Maybe we change our perception of space. So we've got a little pressure here. First, focus into that left side of pelvis. Can you begin your breath there? Does it have room to spread, to move, to grow? Exhaling with your belly muscles. And as you're exhaling, just feel, is there a quality of softening or release that permits you to feel like there's a little bit more room in your body? Take just a few more breaths. I start to perceive a little bit more space as I lift my abdomen away from the pelvis. Maybe I start to perceive more space when there's just a gentle letting go gesture. It's like letting go of the thigh bone. And ease off that left thigh. When you come centrally, when you come upright, get one deep breath into the pelvis and just feel if there's a left to right side difference. Maybe for some of you it's more like a front to back difference. Other side, right hand, right thigh. Left hand supports you beside your hip. So begin your breath in the pelvis. Growing the spine towards sky, lifting slightly chest bones. Exhaling. Just getting curious. Can I perceive space? It's a little bit different than can I make it? Can I do it? Can I cause it to happen? This is more like changing the lens rather than changing the composition. Release. Okay. Lie on your back. You can help your legs together like so. When you do some elbow to knee this morning, we'll do the version where one leg goes vertically and one hand helps press. Now, occasionally, I derive value from having a roll or an object between my thighs for this. Why that might help is it actually kind of gets into a different part of the hip. So you can play with having an object between the legs if you want to. It'll just push and move on those bones a little differently. So with the hands behind head, inhaling your back toward the ground, float the head and the shoulder blades up. And just adding a bit of abdominal pressure, keeping your spine on the ground. Exhale the right leg skyward. Use your right hand to press thigh bone. Press it away from the tip of your nose. Press it up toward the sky. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend right knee. Abdominal pressurizes spine toward the ground. Exhale, left leg straightens, left hand presses. Now as I press the leg, holding the back, the sacrum to the ground. Pull low belly down as you're moving that bone manually up. Inhale, bend left knee. We'll do 4 more on each side. Abdominals pressurize the spine downward. Exhale, as the right leg goes vertical, the right hand presses. Pressing with the intent of unlocking, feeling, can I perceive more space in that hip socket? And pull low belly down. I'll talk through this last side. Inhale. Reaching down with your breath. Exhale, left leg straightens, left hand presses. And we're keeping the back, the torso on the ground. Pull low belly away from that left hip crease. Inhale, bend left knee, and let's do the next 3 on each side on our own. I find that to perceive more space in the body is often helped with a companion gesture of letting go. That gesture of release. Performing it again and again and again. And so the abdominals do have to work a bit to hold the torso down as you're feeling that leg bone move somewhat independently of the pelvis. There you go. And when you're through, set the feet down for a moment. There's no rush. Cool. So we have plenty of room to work gate opener. Reminder, gate opener, we'll go legs vertical with the roll, and then legs widely apart in straddle. So we'll be toggling between those 2 positions. And we'll begin with the legs vertical. So with roll, legs vertical. All right. Inhale into the low back. So use some abdominal engagement to spread breath into the back. Squeeze the roll. Slightly shift the tailbone up. Exhale. Float the head and the shoulder blades up, drawing those belly muscles away from the roll the entire exhalation. Now keeping the shoulders up, place your left hand on the roll. Inhale, separate legs. Keeping the shoulders up, exhale with the belly muscles. Drawing them away from that object. I gotcha. Spreading the foot bones. Inhale, bring legs together. Setting head down. As you feel most full with breath, give that object a squeeze. Exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades up. Feel the inner legs turn on, the inner knees, the inner calves, inner ankles, in steps. Pull low belly down. Let's go right hand to object. Inhale, legs apart. So the object now being pressed against the pubic bones. Exhale. Draw those belly muscles away from the roll. Resultantly, the pubic bones press a little bit into that thing. Inhale, bring legs together, set head down. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, float head and shoulder blades up, drawing the belly away from the roll. The entire exhalation, spreading the foot bones as you reach the very end of your exhale. Left hand to roll. Inhale, keep shoulders up. Exhaling, curl tailbone, reach out through the leg bones and just inquire. Can I perceive more space around the pelvis? Draw low belly down. Last pair, here we go. Inhale, bring legs together, set the head down. As you bring the legs together, just increase the squeeze. Keep squeezing, keep bringing them together, keep squeezing them together. Exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. Reach through the inner ankles and the insteps, pulling low belly down. Right hand to object. Inhale, legs apart. Exhaling, curl tailbone, reach bone away from bone. We're just asking that question perceptually. Can I feel more space? Inhale, bring the legs together, set the head down. Exhaling, set the feet down. Let's turn on to a side. Elbows and knees. Dolphin. Once the arms are set up, neck relaxed. Inhale into upper back. Curl toes under. Exhaling, press the knees smoothly off the ground. Neck relax. While we're in dolphin, let's shift our focus just a little bit, right underneath the heart. Can you feel your breath originating in that spot underneath the heart? So if you can visualize the diaphragm and the heart right there. Can breath begin there and spread from there? That's it, Kat. That's it. And it may feel a little bit dense, or it might feel a little challenging to reach. Like you keep going into a cul-de-sac attentionally. Just keep navigating in and toward. It's a very kind nearing. Now, when you raise your right leg, we'll reach that right leg away from that diaphragm heart spot. So can you feel the mid-foot moving away from the mid-torso? Feel the middle of your foot. It's like right between the ball mounts and the heel, the midfoot, that's it, Marissa. Reaching away from the bottom of the heart. Now begin that breath right in that diaphragm, that heart spot. That's it, Sarah. That's it. There we go. There we go. Stay with it. Yes, 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 yes. Now we switch sides. Bring the right leg down. And here we go, left side. So reaching the midfoot, the left midfoot, away from that under heart. That's it. Good. Press the arm bones away from the diaphragm. reach the left midfoot away from the diaphragm. Now, if it starts to get a little quivery, get breath to that spot. That's beautiful. Get breath right in there. Place the left leg down. Place the knees down. And we'll rest. Slide hands under shoulders. Exhale, downward dog. Warrior two, inhale, right foot forward. Reach arms out to the side, turn palms up. Grins. Exhaling. Roll the arm bones the other way so the palms will turn down, probably back. Additionally, I'll just tip the chin down a little bit. Now we'll do several breaths like this. As you inhale, roll the arm bones so palms turn up. And as you're exhaling, you'll roll the arm bones downwardly. And as you keep moving the arm bones back and forth, feel right inside those shoulder sockets. And then let's say the next 3 breaths, inquire, can I feel a development of more space in the shoulder sockets? Can I feel more space across the width of chest or back? So you can reach out through those arms to promote that gesture of opening, that gesture of release. Getting right underneath that throat. So very, very top of the sternum, getting breath there. Extended warrior variation chest opener. Inhale, place your right forearm. Raise the left arm skyward. Now, if you want to continue with those slides in this, it might be fun. For example, as you inhale, like rolling your thumb back, just like we did. And as you're exhaling, you're turning the arm bone, relaxing the tip of your nose. This is nice. Just need a little extra warming. We're sliding our right hand down to the ground. Now wrapping that left shoulder, reaching the left arm. It's over the ear. It's not a hard rule, but now you'll be able to find some degree of just that arm rotation, that shoulder blade placement that frees up that area in the upper left trapezius. So hunt around for that best kind of shoulder blade, arm bone rotation that helps you feel the left trapezius as less crowded or compressive around the neck. And the arm might get a little warm in finding that spot. Okay. Now inhaling into the left side of chest and back. And inhale, place hands down. Each side of the right foot. Exhale, step back. Lower all the way down to the ground. Set hands forward for cobra. Inhale. As you're pulling the ribs forward, glide the shoulders away from the neck. And just feel the left, the right side of neck and shoulders. Exhaling, lower, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Warrior two, palms up. And as you're exhaling, roll the arm bones downwardly. So this might be a fun place to play with that thorough exhalation. So, taking a little bit from yesterday, as you're taking that exhale, rotating the arm bones inwardly, chin down, lingeringly draw those belly muscles in, recruit them. Almost as if lifting, lengthening the upper back bones away from the tip of the tailbone. Sometimes just that little extra emptying out can start to free some things up in that spine. Extended warrior variation, chest opener. Inhale, place the left forearm on your thigh, raise the right arm. And this is entirely optional, but if you're deriving a lot of value from continually turning the arm with your breath, you may continue to do so. My only recommendation is that as you're exhaling, just relax the neck a little bit more rather than pull the head in a direction. So having that one arm propped while that other shoulder keeps turning and moving and loosening and opening. It'd be kind of nice on the spine, that upper back spine. It can get kind of gummed up for a lot of us. Extended warrior inhale. Place the left hand down. Ground or prop. Draw the right arm overhead. Now, having rotated that arm a whole bunch, keep feeling around for that rotation, that placement that helps that right upper trapezius feel as soft, as lengthy as possible. So I get it. Usually when we reach our arm overhead, there's a lot of good reason for those trapezius to turn on. That's good. But we're just feeling for relaxing as a way of noticing any overdoing tendencies. We're just bringing awareness into little areas that might be habitually governed There you go. I'm breathing right in between exactly the right chest, the right shoulder blade. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's take one more breath here. So I saw that. Pressing that right leg away from the right shoulder. There it is. That's it, dweebs. That's it. Inhale, place the hands down either side of left foot. Exhaling, step back, lower all the way down. Now when you lower, we're working boat, hands clasped. So interlace hands behind back. Squeeze inner legs. Inhaling, belly into the ground, shifting the tailbone down. And now those back muscles can help lift the chest. Exhale, send the knuckles gently back. Reach the legs strongly back. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Can you feel your breath in the back of the heart? Underneath those spine bones. And release. Inhale, hands under chest. Exhaling, downward dog. So, warrior 2 chest opener. Inhale, right foot forward. So warrior 2 stance. And this time, interlace hands behind back. Exhaling, gently shift the tailbone down as you draw belly muscles in and back. Wow. Something else that can help catalyze our capacity to perceive more space is deepening our breath. Is feeling that part of us that's fluid. That expands. It has the capacity to expand unimpeded. You feel that breath expanding, lifting, moving, spreading through the collar, through the shoulder, through the mid-back. Gently reaching the tailbone down, floating the skull bones up. So we can get more spacious that way too. Now, when we release, let go of hands, when we set the left knee down, especially those on the brick, please add an extra layer. Use some of a little edge of your roll or some such, but make sure this feels really well taken care of. We'll begin with the left hand grabbing the left ankle. Lunge. And if it works out, we'll grab the left ankle with both hands. So left hand or both hands. Several poses ago, we were breathing very fully into the upper chest and upper back. So I invite you to kind of recall how we inhabited, how we're able to inhabit the shoulders, the sockets, the upper heart. And even if the breath gets a little quivery up there, great. We inhabit the quivers too. That's perfect. Now to help reach and inhabit those upper registers of the body, use your feet It's kind of like the higher we go, the more grounded we must get. Good. When we set the left foot down, lounge lunge, place the left hand down. Use right arm, hug, hold. And feel just left of your left shoulder blade. It's right between the shoulder blade and the armpit. So we're kind of in the upper third of the rib cage. Can you feel your breath at the armpit? As you exhale, can you feel that gesture of let go? And the ribs start to melt down away from the brain. And when we unwind, inhaling, back the hips up. Back the right foot up for twisting lunge. This time, exhale. Now, that lengthy left side, get a hook over that right thigh. Learn if you can get the forearm, let me say that again. The armpit over that right thigh. And if you can get that armpit to the thigh, decide if we go interlock. So entirely up to you. And if you go interlock, especially if you go interlock, feel for getting breath in that left side rib cage. So you're going right behind that shoulder blade, right up into that armpit. That's it. Yes. That's it, Nancy. Yes. Sometimes it can feel a little stiff and dense up there, so just keep gifting it breath. Right in here. How's this? Breath. As your breath get those intercostals. There we go. Release. Inhale, unwind. Hands to ground. Exhale. We step back. Out. Inhale, upward dog or exhaling, downward dog. Now keep pressing. Press, press, press. Get lighter, lighter, lighter. And let's enter that warrior two with chest opener. Inhale, left foot forward. So warrior two stance with hands clasped behind back. Exhaling, shift the tailbone down. Gently lift the chest bones, the skull bones skyward. If you start to encounter some interesting sensations around the heart, whether they're sensations like pressures or sensations like emotions, is it possible to grow fascinated by that? Is it possible to breathe right in and with those sensations? So we're not splitting our attention away from them. We're not managing them. And then just check right back in. Where's your breath, Tweebs? And is it in the chest or the tailbone or the... There we go. There it is. All right, when we release the hands, let's well pad the knee. When grabbing the ankle, grab it with either the right hand or both hands. Press the feet down away from the collarbone. There we go. And as you connect to your breath, can you feel behind the collarbones? That's it, Nancy, that's it. There it is. It starts to free up the back of the neck. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Stay with those feet to get into those upper registers of heart, ribs, neck. If the head is your spot, foot connection's really helpful. Good. Release. Lounge, lunge. So when we place the right hand down, we'll be focusing into these up here ribs, all those shoulder blade muscles. Okay, so the left arm hugs the thigh. Push pretty robustly with that right arm. I'm pushing the shoulder, pushing the arm bones away from the ribs. And then feel, forgetting breath, feel that breath originating underneath the shoulders, spreading through the shoulders. You know what, let's try it out here too, Debbie. Try that exhalation to help clear the right side ribs. So using that thorough exhalation, feel if there's a gesture of release that occurs in these intercostals, these rib muscles. Just lingering on that exhale, using that pranayama, feeling if anything starts to, there we go. And it's really in the ribs that we're letting go. It's not like a shoulder destabilization. There you go. Especially if we've had shoulder injuries, in our attempts to rehab and to strengthen and to protect those areas, I'll often notice a commensurate packing and of the rib and rib muscles and the breathing under the shoulder. So we're trying to get to those ribs and those rib muscles under the shoulder. Now when we release, inhale back, the hips over the right knee. We're moving in a twisting lunge. Exhale, the right armpit over the left thigh. And so this is option one. If you feel compelled to interlock, you can certainly reach that right arm underneath the right thigh. Now, with your breath inside that chest wall, that armpit rib area, can you feel a quality of slight expansion, as if more space is just arising in your body? You feel your right side of heart grow more spacious. Again, that might be by a gesture of letting go. Yeah, that's it, Kat. That's it. Take one more very full breath. There it is. Send it all the way to the right side. There you go. There's the goods. And when we release, inhale, carefully unwind. Set the hands down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Please choose for you. Draw the shoulders down. There you go. Exhale, downward dog. So when we step the right foot forward for archer, we may have to modify. So if you have a strap or you need a strap, we'll go right elbow up, left elbow down. If you don't have a strap, what we can do, right, is we can use an arm brace and a head cradling move. Right? So whether we have the props or not, we'll figure out something to do. So if you have a strap or you need a strap, grab it. Some people do archer, they don't need a strap, that's fine. Cool. All right. And then how is Warrior 1 happening for you? Like where you would mostly face the direction of right toes? More or less. Okay. Now, where that back of left hand is, or that mid-back, inhale, spread your breath into those backbones. Exhale, lighten the head away from the mid-back. When we release the hands from archer, might place one or both of them on the right thigh. We're pivoting on that ball of left foot and melting down for lunge. Okay, so let's go legs. So you can use your hands on the thigh. You can reach the arms overhead. If you want to feel a little bit more into that back bend territory, you can certainly start to press, reach up and reach back. So you can start to enter into that little bit of back bend territory. How you press through both feet will help you keep articulating, breathing, moving that mid-spine. So you're trying today to get really gently into some of those stickier places in the backbones. You have to press through both feet to feel that mid-spine. There you go, that's it. like finding that sweet spot of foot pressure. There you go. Yeah, that mid-spine needs both your legs, both your feet. That's it, Michelle. That's it. And coming upright. Inhale, set the hands down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Kind of pull the elbows back. Exhale, downward dog. All right, archer warrior one. Inhale the left foot forward. Okay, archer, we're working the left elbow up, the right elbow down. So you can grab hands, you can grab your strap, and if you don't have a strap, we can do a variation with the right forearm on the hip bones and the left hand cradling the skull. Okay, it's very gentle on the shoulders, so it's a nice... Now where your right hand is, it's probably around the mid-spine. Can you feel your breath originating behind that mid-spine? Spreading into that mid-back, into that diaphragm, into the heart. That's it, cat, that's it. Yes, so kind of going backward, going into the back. And is there a gesture of letting go, where that mid-spine area just softens, effortlessly expands? Can I perceive space underneath the heart? When we release, and you set strap down for lunge, pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Inhaling, coming up out of that lunge. We'll set the hands down, slide the left knee back. And it was a good moment to discover your role. Discoveries. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see about this. Before you go on that, Sarah. How about this? This looks firm. You don't look smiley on that. Try that. Just try that. I'm never smiley doing. We're tending toward joy. We're tending gradually towards. It may not be the experience, but it's the trend. We're just trying to trend toward more enjoyment. Now, Perfect, perfect. So whatever you've got under the belly is wonderful. Walk your hands to the ground just in front of your shoulders. So they might be shoulder width, it might be a little wider than shoulder width. We're going to do this very like segmentally, so very like small little sections. So feel the spine that is atop your roll, or the low back. And just feel for getting breath underneath those low spine bones. Okay, now we're going to grow that breath into those mid-spine bones. Now gradually, as we keep working our breath and our feeling awareness up the spine, you may start to move into more of a cobra. But just know we'll be here several breaths. Inhaling, can you feel breath underneath the mid-spine, getting right between the bottom tips of the shoulder blades? And here I like using arms, because as I can pull, I can actually articulate some of those mid-spine segments. Now take another deep breath, maybe deeper than the last, and start feeling, can I get behind the heart? Those bones that would kind of go over the heart. Now once more, deep breath from that roll under the mid-spine, over the heart, right up into neck territory. Exhaling lower down out of that cobra over a roll. Replace your hands underneath the chest. And on your next exhale, press off of roll. Downward dog. Sure. Just, yeah. might get you one more time. All right, gently set knees down. So we're going to move through a gradual back bend series. Now, how mild or how much you want to go into it is entirely up to you. So I'm going to give mild suggestions, moderate suggestions, and other suggestions. And there's block opportunities. So if you need a block out, I'll figure out how to get you one. So let me just go through some options. Option 1. Working bridge with a block. Reaching one leg up at a time. Okay? So we do this fairly often. So what I might do is I might get into bridge for about 5 breaths, reach one leg up about 5, reach the other leg up about 5. Okay. Now, I might want to just fool around with a little bit more different, in which case we can make some moves toward wheel. So we set the hands up. I'm just going to go partial today. One, just to let you know that just a very light touch of the top of the head on the ground is often a really great place to just kind of practice a very mild bridge. And you notice my elbows, I'm reaching them away from my kneecaps. And you might press up. Okay, if you're pressing up into a wheel, I'm going to recommend 6 to 10 breaths. Okay. Now I've returned to bridge, because once we enter the tunnel of this, we're not exiting for a while. Okay. So my wheel folks, if you're doing wheel once, you're doing wheel twice. Cool, so you're in it for a double. Okay. Now let's say I'm in bridge, maybe I do a partial, maybe I do that one leg up stuff. I'm like, I'm not doing wheel today. That's okay. Then, what you can do for your double dose of bridge is you can work half Virasana. Okay, so you'd be in here, there's a little bit more hip stuff. Option. So I just want to open up a lot of options so that you have attainable things to kind of work in. And I know we haven't visited wheel in a while, so I just wanted to make sure we have access to wheel at least a few times a year. Okay. But if you go in wheel once, you're going wheel twice. All right. So. So if you're not doing wheel today, there's bridge variations there. They'll mild version of back bend, work all of that articulation of the spine and the chest. Mild ways of getting into wheel would include just placing the top of the head very lightly on the ground for 6 to 10 breaths. So start in bridge. Everyone can be in bridge. And then from bridge, choose your adventure. Kind of the limitation here is that, even though I love assisting wheel, there you go, cat. So lots of bridge options. Those of you working bridge, one option is leg up at a time, another option is half Virasana leg up. There you go, that's it. Good, good, good. Deep breath, so just getting really steady. Get really steady. And so I let those hands and shoulders do a lot of the work in that wheel variation. There you go. That's it, Debbie. And if you're having an exceptionally warm day and you want to walk your wheel around, I'm all for it. Nice. How's the wrist stretch going? It's stiff. It's like the humid weather's probably the best to just stretch into it, huh? Yeah, and I might just stay there and reach the elbows away from the wrist. So there's that little traction and that flexion. There you go. Yeah. Your elbow's still good? Elbow works? Wow. Good. Those of you in bridge working with leg up, awesome. And keep lifting, 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 lifting those chest bones away from your pelvis. Yes, that's it, Marissa, that's it. Nice. Nice, Debbie. That felt good. Yeah. Hmm. They didn't look turned out. They looked like straight back. It's like, wow. Please take lots of time. This is about that gentle opening up and movement of the spine. So abrupt doesn't really seem to work. Let's say you're nearing the end of your multi-bridge wheel series here. If you're starting to conclude, just know that the next place we'll work is from the back. So you can take your time lowering spine to ground. Please, no rush. You don't have to shortcut anything. There you go. That's it, David. Yeah, reach right out those elbows, David. Yes, yes. That's cool. There you go. As you press really strongly with feet, Terry, shift the tailbone toward your kneecaps. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Get really steady, deep breaths. That's awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Stay real steady. Good. You're getting into that mid-spine, that upper spine. That's fantastic. Nice. All right. So when you are spine on ground, let's do a little bit of an unwind. Bring your right knee into your chest for a lying spinal twist. Turn onto your left side. And then the right arm, you can reach off to the side or slightly overhead. I'm going to do just a tiny, tiny bit of breath work right here. So begin by gently, and I really mean gently, exhaling everything out. And as you relax the abdomen, inhale, filling, 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 getting under those armpit ribs. And now hold just for a few beats. Hold that. Hold that so you're spreading that breath into the armpit and into the chest wall. And now exhale super gently, passively. Just let the breath exit on its own accord. That's it, right in there. Ooh, yeah. Nice. And then when we return to our back, we'll switch side. So drawing the left knee toward chest, turning onto the right side of body. Now, before we go into passively, gravitationally unwinding the body, just one active move. Exhale everything out. And now inhale, get really quite full. Inhale, expand, fill, expand, hold, as if letting it seep into the chest wall and the diaphragm. Now passively exhale, just allow the breath to move at its own accord. When you release from this side, lie on your back. Place the right ankle atop your left thigh. Right ankle. Yep. Now, grab the left shin. Grab it with both hands. Or if grabbing behind the thigh allows you to grab and rest the head down, that would be a good one too. Good. And just feeling for using breath as kind of a low back balm. Just applying that generously, helping the back feel calmed, helping the back feel relaxed. So it's not so much an action of doing as it is a skill of attentional stability plus letting go. Just kind of stabilizing, feeling awareness for the low back, and entering, maybe even enjoying that feeling of release. Feeling how that release incurs this rippling through the body. Let's change sides. Mm-hmm. And as we enjoy this motion, this gesture of letting go, releasing, note how you feel inside your body. How you inhabit your body with even greater richness. you go. That's it. That's it, Michelle. There you go. And when you release, Shavasana. Music to someone's ears. When we remember our core and reconnect to our core, this centralmost aspect of ourselves, as we work with it, we can start to have an organizational effect or a power throughout our whole person. And so you might just start to feel how your breath, how your energy, how your awareness is distributed through your body. So if you were to take all of the feeling awareness of your body, of your person in some, is it localized somewhere? Is it evenly distributed? Is that distribution different than earlier this morning? So we can feel our perception, how we're perceiving. This is our body. When you're ready, bend knees. Turn to one side. Use both hands, press to seated. Namaste. Thank you. What a way to do morning. It's my pleasure.